Never was a quitter, tasted like a raindrop. She's got the look.
Hi everybody! Okay, so this is vlog 44, and this is also recorded in advance since the week that I'm actually going to upload this, my dad's off work, so there's no chance of doing a vlog with him hanging around. So yeah, this is in advance. Notice I'm still wearing the same thing. I do change my clothes after all, but it's the same day, different location. Anyway, the topic for today is questions. I know it's kind of a weird topic, but yeah, anyway. Now, the minute anyone finds out that you're transgendered, however they find out, if you tell them or whatever, you're going to get a barrage of questions. And some people are just plain curious, and others are just being assholes. So, but anyway, you're probably going to hear the full range of questions. Any question you can possibly imagine. You might get, are you gay? You know, are you crazy? You know, what the fuck? Do you need a shrink or something? Maybe you just need some good sex. You ever think of that, you know? And, you know, so on and so forth. And you probably won't know how to answer many of them. It's okay, because, you know, for the most part, you don't even need to answer them. I mean, you could just frickin' blow them off. You know, I like to tell people I'm transgendered, and if you want to know any more, you can go look for it online. And the people that actually do are the ones that really care. So sometimes it's good to tell them that. And you could also try to explain what being transgendered is all about, but I don't know, some will get it and some won't get it at all. Some people are just too thick. They just don't ever understand, and you might as well beat your head against a brick wall with some people, because they're just not going to get it ever. But the important thing is, never let anyone tell you you're wrong about it, because obviously you know yourself a lot better than they know you. So you know what you're doing, they don't. And the worst part is when people don't even ask. It's when they just sit there and they stare at you. And you can tell by looking at them. There's a zillion questions going on in their, you know, tiny little minds. But they don't do anything but stare. They just sit there. And well, I don't know about anybody else, but I hate being stared at. It's nothing that irritates me more. I know it's probably because I'm insecure, but when someone stares at me, I always just, you know, I always tend to think something's wrong. I mean, I usually wonder, is there something hanging out of my nose? Is my hair all fucked up? Is there like toilet paper, you know, stuck on my pants or something? What is wrong? But, you know, and I know some people actually like getting attention, but I ain't one of those people. So when someone stares at me, I always just kind of want to go away and hide for a while. Still, there are things you can do in these instances. Some people like to, you know, smile and wave at them, but for myself, I'm way too insecure to do something like that. And actually, that can be a tad bit dangerous. Because if you're waving at a guy roughly around your age, someone who thinks he's quite good looking, and if he thinks you are a girl or whatever, or vice versa, you're, you know, female to male and you're waving at a female. But anyway, if you're smiling and waving, that usually shows some kind of attraction or interest, and he might think you're interested in him. So I think I don't need to say that things could go really wrong really fast in that scenario. So you need to be really careful when doing something like that. In other situations, you know, that will work. They'll notice that, okay, they know I'm looking at them, so I'll just look away and do whatever. So some situations it will work, but others you gotta be careful. Of course, there are people that are brave enough, or I guess brazen enough, to just come out and ask, are you a girl? Most of the time that will take you off guard, because most people just don't come up and ask that, and it can be difficult to answer. I mean, and if they're genuinely curious, you can just tell them what you feel you are, girl, guy, whatever. And if you can tell they're just being a jerk, you can make up some really random answer that, you know, just to mess with their heads, which, you know, is fun. I used to say that I was a pumpkin when asked that at work, but I mean, there's a lot better ones. I mean, if you you live in the U.S., for instance, and someone says, "Are you a boy or a girl?" You could just say, "What the fuck? I'm an American." Isn't it obvious? I mean, that would work. And sometimes the reactions are really funny. But, you know, when you're messing with someone's heads, the reactions usually are funny. But most importantly, try not to let them intimidate you, because some people will try to. I know it's hard, especially if you're really self-conscious like I am, but you gotta take it as it comes, because that's all you can do. And I'm trying my best to get over my self-consciousness. I mean, I know that it's probably one of my worst qualities, that I'm so self-conscious. I think my fiance could probably vouch for me. When I was over there, she usually had to do the talking, because I don't like to interact with a lot of people. But I'm trying my best to get over it, but it's really hard, and it's going to take a while, especially when I had to wear this stupid thing when I was 4 years old. Yeah, that's the brace I had to wear when I was 4. And I got the same shit about wearing that I get about being trans now. And there's no way to hide something like that. I mean, my parents always say it changed my whole freaking personality. But what can you expect when everyone thinks you're some kind of freak, looking at you like some kind of science experiment? And try explaining the condition that put me in that thing to a fellow 4-year-old. I didn't know any more about it than they did at the time. And you're trying to explain it to them? And they're just like, it's like explaining transsexualism to some people now. They just look at you like, WTF, mate? What the hell are you talking about? I don't understand. But anyway, glad I'm out of that thing. Only had to wear it for about a year. And the really stupid thing is, my kindergarten teacher really hated me because I scratched up the chairs with it. It's like, oh yeah, like I even want to be wearing this stupid thing. It's not my fault. Anyway, that's about all I have to say. Just make sure you have some kind of answer for the people that are going to ask you about, being trans and stuff. Because, they're probably going to want an answer, or they're not going to leave you alone. And that can be very annoying. Or they're just going to think that you're just trying to get attention, which most people aren't. But whatever. It's not like people who constantly say they're going to kill themselves. Those are the least likely candidates to do it, because you don't actually say you're going to kill yourself if you actually are. And here's my cat again, who just came up to see me. So yeah. Anyway, they're probably not going to leave you alone unless you give them an answer. But anyway, yeah. So and just remember the random question, or the random answers if someone asks you the question. Are you a boy or a girl? I'm a TV set. What's it look like? I'm a human being. I'm a slave. I'm someone's sex slave. I'm a dominatrix. You want to come see me work? That would be freaking awesome. Anyway, that's all I got for right now, and I guess I will see everybody next week. Have a good one and take care. Bye-bye.